To begin with a week one matchup that we're going to see between the Bengals and the Steelers. Which matchup you taking an eye on?
The matchup I want to see is the Defensive Player of the Year, T.J. Watt versus La'el Collins. La'el Collins in his introductory press conference, he said, I text Joe Burrow and said, your new bodyguard is here. Hey, listen, Joe got beat up last year.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement. And what better person to test it against than this guy, the Defensive Player of the Year? Hey, he gonna have to stand on that, and we gonna see. I'm excited to see.
Joe, I think that when the schedule came out, and I'm La'el Collins, I'm a free agent acquisition, lock me in at right tackle, be the bodyguard. When do we play the Steelers? Oh, week one. I got this man right here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, he's coming out of the blocks. Like, you think I tied the record last year? I'm going for the record this year.
Absolutely.
That's how TJ's thinking. He's got his work cut out. Also, we got a little Myles Garrett twice a year.
Hey, listen, he got his work cut out for him.
Bengals gave up 51 sacks. We've been talking about it all offseason, including 9 in that playoff game against the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
So La'el Collins will be tested early and often against those Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, next matchup to watch, another intra-division showdown. This time the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas Cowboys. Another newcomer here, Jordan Davis, the number 13 overall pick, versus Zach Martin. What do you like about this one?
Well, first of all, I'm surprised that they were able to get a uniform big enough for Jordan Davis to fit. Looks like it actually fits. Zach Martin is a 5-time first-team All-Pro right guard. He's the standard, the gold standard in this league. So Jordan Davis coming in, some question marks. Does he have pass rush to him? Well, he's going to see the league's best twice a year in Zach Martin. What's he got in the arsenal right now? What's he learning? Because it's more than a 40 time, and it's more than size to beat a man like Zach Martin. So I think he's got a lot to learn in order to beat him.
Hey, listen, I played a lot of great offensive linemen in my career. That's guys at the top of the list. And he's been going against another Hall of Fame player in Fletcher Cox. So he's seasoned. Hey, Jordan, you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah. Zach Martin makes nothing but first-team All-Pro teams, gets hurt, injured his calf, comes back in 2021, right back to first-team All-Pro. Okay, Gerald, you're next up here in the NFC South, where you dominated for years and years. This time, it's going to be Cam Jordan against your old team, Tristan Wirfs.
Now, we had a discussion about which team's going to win the NFC South. I went with the Bucks, okay? I hear you. If the Saints are going to overtake this division, they're going to have to get after the quarterback. Their best defender, an all-decade player, 100-sack guy, Cam Jordan. The best offensive lineman for the Buccaneers, Tristan Wirfs. Yeah. He's an all-pro. He's an all-pro. It's going to be a battle. And Tristan Wirfs' sack given up last year, Cam Jordan.
Cam Jordan got him last year.
Yes,
got him on a speed-to-power move.
Yes, he did.
Got to Tom Brady in one of those Saint wins against the Bucs.
I'm excited to see it.
It wasn't too often that Wirfs was beat.
Oh, no.
Cam Jordan, one of the few players to actually do it. Okay, we're going to finish now going from the NFC South to the AFC South. This time it's the Jags and the Colts. Brandon Sheriff versus the aforementioned DeForest Buckner.
You see that beard that Brandon Sheriff?
First off, look at this picture.
That's a world-class beard.
Look at this picture.
Like, he's the sheriff, all right? The sheriff is now going to the AFC South. But DeForest Buckner has been a gold standard at that 3 technique. He's a big old guy that has a lot of ability right there. These two are going to lock up twice a year. And, you know, right now, Brandon Sheriff's job, protect that young quarterback down there in Jacksonville. Show him the way to do it. You got to be able to stop this man first. Inside in the trenches, that's going to be more fun than watching and talking about the quarterbacks.
DeForest has been a stud his entire career in the NFL. Now he has Unique Ngakoue, Stephon Gilmore to help him there on defense. Look out. Those Indianapolis Colts are coming, MJ.
All right, thanks, Omar. And what a summer treat on this Summer Friday. It's Baller Alert. Usually this comes after a game day, and we're talking about who went off. Today, we're going to look specifically at the NFC North, fellas, and who will ball out this season. And I want to start with, you know what? Let's start with the Vikings.
Why?
Rick, because I'm the host and I said so. Why? Who are you looking at the Vikings who could ball out?
You know, one of the players that I really like is KJ Osborne. He's coming into his 3rd year out of Minnesota. Last season, started to show a little something. Had 6 touchdowns for them. Had a big play against the Carolina Panthers where he had the game winner, the walk-off play in overtime. And you look at the way that this Vikings team is constructed right now. It's all about the offense with Kevin O'Connell being the new head coach. You got probably the best receiver in the NFL right now in Justin Jefferson. I'll say it. KJ, don't get mad at me. Listen, don't get crazy. But listen, and then you fit him in there with Adam Thielen. You put in, we don't need the horn. Don't do the horn. The only thing I add, listen. The only thing, don't do the horn. That's the only thing I asked. But I think this receiving core, as a three-man ensemble, has the ability to be one of the best.
I like Oz, and especially with the ball in his hands. He's a playmaker with the ball in his hands. And yes, Justin Jefferson is a bad man. Adam Thielen is a bad man. All the attention on them. This guy works the slot very well. Ball in his hands, he's a big-time playmaker. I like the pick. He's all right sometimes.
All right, every once in a while.
I mean, I knew the shade was going to come through at some point.
Stop with the horn.
You hit it right
No
off
horn.
the bat, Rick. All right, let's go to the Lions, James. Give me a baller for the Hey, Lions, let's go.
They got
Be
some
your season.
players.
No, they do. The Detroit Lions is going to be all right this year in the North. And this is the guy right here, man, Swift, DeAndre Swift. He is a special back. This league is turning it. It's only Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb, the two power guys left in this league. Other than that, these guys are catching and running and making people miss. Linebackers cannot cover him. When he is healthy and on the field, you can argue that this guy is a top 5 back in the National Football League with everything that he can do. This offense is going to be built around Swift. He's going to make a ton of plays. He's going to catch it and run it. I think it's going to be a big-time season for him. Baller alert right here.
I like him a lot. But you know what? You're being, like, when you talk about power backs, A.J. Dillon still plays.
Yeah, A.J.
David Montgomery, just in this division alone. But I think DeAndre Swift is probably one of the best in the league, top 5 guys.
I'm glad that you're fired up, James, because now we're going to the Packers.
Here.
But I want Rank to actually give us a baller. Rank, you take this one, buddy.
You know what? Rashawn Gary is an excellent football player.
Nice,
no. Hey, listen, he is an excellent player who's on the cusp of taking his game to the next level. I think a lot of times people overreact to how many defensive players the Packers select in the first round. Outside of the quarterback, who is it, Jordan Love, they've drafted a bunch of defensive players, and they've all been good. He was drafted in the same draft as Darnell Savage, and now these guys have all started to come together. There is an ability to be a top defense in the NFL with all the accumulation of talent. Last year, the defense did not allow a touchdown in their playoff game. They lost because of the offense. No disrespect. But they did. Their defense did their job.
I'm glad they put you guys right next to me.
He's a good player. What do you want him to be? I can't.
He talked nice about the Packers, but he's absolutely right. This defense, if they can stay healthy, this guy coming along, this could be the best defense in the National Football League.
Which means that only leaves us with the Bears.
Yeah.
Rank, you got to go all in on the Packers.
All right.
You get to pick a baller for the Chicago Bears. And you like to visit the city, so, tread lightly.
I've been thinking for this about a week now when they told me that we was going to talk. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to find one.
You got to be kidding me.
Come on,
I sat here.
I look here, I'm like,
no
man.
Shade on the Packers, and this is how you repay me?
No Justin Fields. No.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
Justin
I'm
Fields,
scratching my head at home trying to figure it out. No, I'm playing. My guy, wide receiver, Daryl Mooney. I'm telling you guys right now, Justin Fields will take another step with Coach Luke Getsy as the offensive coordinator. Mooney is a baller. We talking baller alerts? This kid is a baller. I think it is a Pro Bowl year for him, 1,200-plus yards for him, 10-plus touchdowns for him. Bears fans everywhere going to have his jersey. We talking baller alert? This young fella's going to have a big-time season. Trust me, just not against the Packers.
Oh, come on.
I was so close. We were so close. I want to say I was proud of you, James. You got all the way through that. So much great. And we're back.
One last jab.
We had to do it. Don't worry, you'll get your chance because hot sauce is coming up a little later in the show. Yes, that's right. It's the middle of the summer, so why not make it even more intense?
Glowingly.